The following show has been approved for appropriate audiences by the Real Ones Motion Picture Association of America, Inc. The show advertised has been rated R. The content discussed may cover sensitive topics. Listener discretion is advised. If you feel that any content may be triggering or distressing, please take care of your well-being first.
It's White Boy D2A, I'm Rolling, and we just wrapped up the craziest interview.
Sam, holding it down for the light-skinned niggas.
Yeah.
I got my fucking boy in the back.
Realer than most. I'm actually realer than most. Y'all just don't know that.
Man, White Boy Paul, William Silver in the building, bro. Some on the camera is crazy. That's crazy.
Media in a certain thing, is a certain lane, is a certain pocket y'all trying to be in. Y'all might have to do certain little things that might go against what y'all stand on. But if this is really the most
make sure y'all share, like, subscribe, comment. If you don't, you're a motherfucking hater. Why?
Realer Than Most Podcast.
Yeah, he like young Michael Vick, man. He on point. You know what I'm saying? I go on point. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fitting in. He locked in, man. Shout out to him. You know what I mean? Yeah, right. So look. So the thing about it is, we've been oppressed for so long, right? A lot of people don't give us information. So everything I'm doing is to give the tools, right? That I almost lost my life to acquire, right? So, you know, I'm in Southport Box, right? I'm locked up. I'm incarcerated, right? Yeah. I'm doing shit almost 3 years in a hole for cuttings, and I'm in there, and I'm literally changing how I feel by just thinking positive. I'm getting these books on meditation. There's a book called Bo Lozoff. There's a book written by Bo Lozoff, and it's called We're All Doing Time, right? And it's crazy. I got that, and so Bo Lozoff, this is a story, and it was like this guru. He's in a cave, right? Yeah. And he's in a cave, and he lives in his cave, and all these demons and spirits is always attacking him, right? Scratching him, spitting on him, right? Yeah. Pissing on him, like doing all this volatile shit to him, right? And he's trying to fight the demons. Every time he's trying to fight them, they get stronger. So after months and months and months and months and months of trying to fight these demons, right? He gets tired. He just, fuck, I give up. And he just sits there, right? And he's in such submission due to he's tired. Right. He's burnt out. So he's just sitting there, right? He gave in. Demon goes up, smacks the shit out of him. He not moving.
Exhausted.
Right. And
he done.
But peek this though. Look what happens. He starts to realize that the less he fights the demons back, the weaker they become. And he just sits there and he closes his eyes. And he stays that way for 2 months, right? All the demons leave the cave.
Dang.
Right? And this is how he found out about the power of meditation. And those demons represent all the thoughts and emotions that you have in your subconscious mind, right? The cave is the cave is your mind. The demons is those thoughts, right? So when you and to be tired is you're tired of fighting. You're just right. Cooking. You sit still, and then when you sit still, the things that you gave power by giving attention, now that you don't give it attention anymore, it starts to weaken, and then it leaves, it disappears, and then now you're in a position to have newer thoughts, right? And then the newer thoughts start to change your life and change how you feel, because how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. Yeah. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you.
Yep. Yeah.
Right? But also repels things away from you.
Fact.
Right? You're protected by the thoughts that you think.
Yeah.
You see? And once we start to understand how to apply the gifts that Allah has given us, then we start to see a better life that we can live by the usage of those gifts that Allah has given to us. Allah doesn't work for us. He works within us, right? And we have to understand about, like, you know, Imam and Taqwa. It's a very important thing, right? You catching this? You catching this? We have to stop praying with words and start praying with action. Right? And the prayer becomes, the salat becomes the actions that you take. And then the answer to the prayer is the results you receive based upon the actions you take. Right. See? And then we understand how Allah works in that way and how we get provision and we get blessings, right? Only based upon the actions we take. And then the intention behind those actions. Because it's not just about the deed alone. It's also the intention behind the deed or the actions you take. So this is why a brother can make 5 salats, have a beard down to his fucking ankles, right? Do the prophet fast every, what's that, Wednesday or Tuesday, Thursday? What's the prophet's fast? Anybody know? I think it's Tuesday and Thursday.
You said the prophets fast?
Yeah. He should fast twice a week.
Yeah. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right, you do the prophet's fast, right? You every month of Ramadan, you don't miss a Juma. You the first one in the hellfire. Lord, you the first one Lord throws in the hellfire. Because even though you had all these deeds, your intentions was a selfish one. Islam is not, you didn't give no dawah. You didn't invite nobody to Islam. Okay. You just internalized everything and was looking down, walking past everybody who needed to hear some surahs from the Quran, right? So your deeds were correct, but your intentions were wrong. Your deeds were right, but your intentions were wrong. Right. So thoughts work the same way. You're thinking something positive, but the intention behind the thought is wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't get the maximum benefit behind what you're thinking. So you can't manifest it. You just a positive talking motherfucker, and ain't nothing good happening for you in your life. Yo, my podcast, I'm telling you, we gonna be lit, baby. We gonna be lit, baby. Ain't no light come on the fuck yet.
See,
right? Yeah.
It's an art to think. It's a real art to thinking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like you gotta have those strategic little mindsets that could turn you around and have you staying on levels. You know what I'm saying?
And when you were
it's easy to fall.
When you're a certain age, you don't understand how powerful the brain is.
Right. Because we're not taught that, right? So this is why it's important to understand that, right? Also, the words of like, I am enough, I am strong, I am money, I am beautiful, I am wealthy, I am able, I am wise, I am smart. Understanding that everything that you add on to I am becomes added on to you, right?
It becomes you.
So strategically, we're not taught when we're young how to empower ourselves with the powers that we have and cultivate the internal tools that we're born with to develop those powers to acquire the power that comes from applying the power that's within us, right?
Yeah.
Right? So we have to understand that that's white supremacy. That's racism. That's the shaitan. That's the devil, right? Keeping us from us.
Right.
Forcing us to look out the window instead of looking in the mirror, looking to self. Right? And understanding who we are, how powerful we are, and what we can do with that. Look, a child's learning curve is the shortest between the ages of 0 to 7.
Facts.
The curriculum in school is proof that white supremacy has an agenda in the Board of Education. So when you think about schools in the ghetto growing up, you're not taught psychology in preschool. You should be. You're not taught how your brain works. You're taught A, B, C. Get the fuck out of here,
man. It's
the
same curriculum that they created.
Right. To keep us strategically behind.
Yep.
To keep us strategically enslaved.
Yeah, no,
right?
Facts.
But we have to understand that the thing that has oppressed our people is not divine. It's human. And anything that man has done, God could undo. Right? Yeah. And we are divine. Right? Yeah. So this is not something that we don't have the capabilities to remove. We have to understand what needs to be removed and what tool we need to apply to assist in the removal of all these walls that imprison our mind, right? So a child's learning curve is the shortest between the ages of 0 to 7. So we should be taught multiple languages. We should be taught trades. We should be taught domestication.
Your brain's a sponge at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what happens is we start to cultivate our confidence mechanisms. So everything that we pull from as men, the foundation of it came from being a child, right? So the mother represents the physical form of self-esteem, right? The father represents the physical confidence, the strength. So as a man, if your father and your mother didn't tell you you're unstoppable, you are God, you are invincible, no one can, right? When you're, as a man, when you're dealt with obstacles that you need that mental confidence to overcome, you can't pull from nothing. Right. So now as adults, as grown men, we have to reprogram our subconscious mind, architect a new self-image of who we are, right? And understand that I am enough.
I am
free.
Yeah.
Right? That's a powerful thing, right? To say I am free.
Right.
I'm free.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not gonna sit here and allow someone who's inferior to me to have a life superior to me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna allow someone inferior to me, right? Because the European is inferior.
Yeah.
To have a life superior to me.
Yeah.
When I'm the superior.
Right.
Right? I'm the father of civilization. You're the scientist of life. You're the original man. We invented mathematics. We invented physiology, psychology. We created all this shit.
Cook.
Right? So those are the things that we built. Those are the things that our forefathers, that our ancestors built with the tools that Allah has given them. You see? So we have to be in remembrance of how our ancestors used their God-given abilities and understand that evolution is a real thing. So we're more stronger than our ancestors.
Yeah.
Right.
We're more powerful than our forefathers.
Right.
The same brothers who built the pyramids, we're stronger than them. That's the evolution of life. Michael Jordan was a bad motherfucker. But you look at some of these athletes now,
LeBron.
it's fucking Levine.
Yeah.
Jordan jumped from the free throw line. Levine jumped went through the legs.
Yeah.
Right? It's
Right.
evolution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's evolution. Look at Zion. It's evolution. The only thing missing is the application. So the reason why we haven't seen someone surpass Michael Jordan, not because of the physical attributes, but the lack of application of the mental attribute. So our ancestors are like the Michael Jordans. We're all LeBrons. We're all Zions. Right? We're all Kobe's. But we have to have the same understanding of who we are as our ancestors did. So in the present moment, we can surpass them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man, we got a smart guy in the building.
Oh, man.
This the Realer the Most podcast.
Yeah.
I'm Realer.
Hey, motherfucking mo!
Our white boy D2A.
And we got a smart guy here,
Smart
man.
guy in the building.
Hey,
man.
listen.
He cooking already, man.
We ain't even
My
get
man,
nowhere, but we got somewhere
The oven
already.
on 350, man.
Yeah.
Like,
That shit cooking.
walk in.
Get the joint, man. Get
Look, walk in.
Louis, man. Yeah.
Louis kicks on the table.
Yeah. I see the camera. I was going to reflex, man.
No question.
I saw the camera.
We in
It's a
Harlem,
reflex.
we in Harlem, man.
He said we in Harlem.
Of course.
On 125th.
Yeah.
Oh, you got white boy height.
Look close to the bezel, though.
Okay.
Look,
close to the
look, pop it.
Skeleton.
You don't see the shit matching
Yeah,
the. You got to look close. You don't see the. You see the stones matching it.
I see it. I
Alright,
see
cool.
it. I see
You
you.
don't see the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watch Two Tone and all that.
Yeah.
Watching the outfit got chemistry and all that. You know what I mean?
Man.
We gonna run the most podcast, man. Pop it,
Come
man.
on, man.
course,
You
man.
already
Hey,
know,
listen.
man. You know how we do it on air.
He got us in Harlem, man.
For sure.
Facts.
Every time though, every time we in Harlem,
Yeah.
we in Harlem.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people that showed us love last time we came here.
Yeah.
Sure,
Your folks that had the gym in the
Juice bar,
basement.
yeah, Charlie.
Juice bar,
Charlie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Charlie. And keep it real, man. Smart guy, man. This dude, it gets no realer than this, man. We had like during the third season, we have to make a spin around and come right back and
Part
come holler
two,
at
y'all.
Smart guy.
Yeah, it's important. Yeah. So and another thing too is understanding. So this is why I invented the negative speak fast. So it takes 30 days to build a habit, right? It takes 30 days to build a habit. So if you go on a negative speak fast, and what the negative speak fast is, you're not saying nothing negative, and you're not allowing anybody to say anything negative to you, right? For 30 days.
Yeah.
So when you start to do that, what happens is you start to program your subconscious mind to only think
Be
and
around
say positive shit.
Yeah.
And right, and what you speak comes into existence and comes into your life.
Yeah.
So a negative speak fast is so important, and having the discipline, the courage, and the mental fortitude and mental toughness to apply that to your life. I'm not allowing you to say nothing negative to me. See, when I pulled up, I seen the pillow. Oh, now I'm cool. I'm not sitting behind death. Cool, get that shit the fuck up out of here. I'm paying attention, right? And I'm in alignment. I'm in alignment with positivity and maximum optimism.
Okay.
Right? We got work to do. Okay. Then another thing is understanding escape velocity. So escape velocity is the speed that spaceships need to travel to break the gravitational pull of Earth. Right? So every change in your life has a specific amount of escape velocity that you have to overcome to get to that next level.
Yeah.
Right? And so your escape velocity becomes your positive thinking. The gravity becomes the life that you're leaving behind, and you're trying, right? So a spaceship, right? It's called escape velocity. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Right.
You know why so much rockets under that motherfucker? Because the gravity, right, of Earth will not allow that spaceship
To go up.
So it needs fuel and fire, right? It's the same for you. It's the same for you. It's the same for us. When we're trying to elevate and break past these invisible crab claws trying to pull us, that's weighing us down, we have to have a particular amount of escape velocity. And your escape velocity is your positive thinking, is your affirmations. I am enough. I know what I want. I get what I want. I got what I want. I know it. Yeah. Right? I am. Right? And then you're using that, and you're ferocious and you're tenacious and you're fired up, and now nothing can pull you down anymore. Yeah.
I ain't going front. I think, like, and it's crazy because how you talk and the things that you say, that's how you create greatness.
Of course. And you have to be passionate, and you have to not give a fuck. You have to be unapologetic with the you have to be unapologetic with the uncomfortability that your greatness creates. And people who are not going to be great or get in the way of your greatness.
Yeah, can understand it.
Yeah. You can't, you know, who you was has to die, right? In order for you to become who you're gonna be, right? Mm-hmm. And but that friend group too dies as well.
No, yeah.
Those bridges get burned. Those ties get clipped and cut, right? And that's just the evolution of man. And that's important to understand how to evolve, and not give a fuck, right? And be okay with that. 20 years from now, you're gonna wish you were the age you were right the fuck now.
I want to ask you, like, what you'll say to a 15-year-old right now that's probably in the communities we come from, and they have probably, an older guy where they from that's telling them to do the wrong things, that don't even see past the ceiling, you know what I mean, where they going at. Like,
so
what you think you'll tell a 15-year-old to get past that ceiling, like to get past those guys, you know what I mean? Like to get away from that area.
It's the same thing. How you think creates how you feel.
There we go.
How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. And you have to be selfish in your positive thinking. This is not at 15. I don't give a fuck about nobody
12,
but me.
13.
I'm not. There's no allegiance
I don't
to anybody.
care how old you are.
There's no loyalty to anybody. You can fuck about nobody, family included. I have to make sure that I'm straight. So, telling somebody young is just like, make sure you think positive, right? And then as us being older, we have to start developing information that they can. That's why this podcast is so important. Right. This is why the conversation we're having tonight on this podcast is so important, because we're giving information that, little bro could sit back and watch and be like, oh, shit, word, that's how it goes.
Seriously.
Yeah, right? So we have to leave footprints. A lot of motherfuckers, blaze a trail and cover the road.
Yeah.
Right? Like Harriet Tubman, it's like Harriet Tubman getting on the Underground Railroad and then putting landmines and blowing the shit up when she get out.
Yeah.
The fuck, we gotta leave some fucking lineage, right? We have to lead some. There has to be some type of a connected to the wisdom. So yeah, but me telling that young guy, it's like, yo, look, man, you have to understand all the different job opportunities. It's about maybe 70,000 job titles that you don't even know nothing about.
Seriously.
Right? Fucking CFA, which is a chartered financial analyst. CIO, which is a chief information officer. A radiologist, anesthesiologist, dentist.
Yeah.
Right? Plastic surgeon.
So many jobs out there.
There's so many jobs that we don't even know about. So many opportunities.
Boss jobs too.
Because we're conditioned to be unaware. We're conditioned to not have maximum awareness of all the opportunities, and then we're judged based upon how we live with that limited way of thinking.
Right. I was raised off of hip-hop rap music.
Right.
He was raised off of hip-hop rap music.
Right.
Now, rap music and hip-hop, y'all know what we taught. You either going to play ball or you going what?
You got jump shot. You go sell.
Or you can rap. You got to either do one of those things to get out the hood. You never heard of all these jobs you just named and be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna be a radiologist later in life. You know what I'm saying? These not things in the hood they talk about on the corners.
But we talking about it now.
Yeah, we talking about it now.
And that's important. Like, and you know, that's important to you know,
to give for people to even hear this information and be able to research and to even be able to say, you're right, we don't have those type of conversations.
Yeah, but
I need to get away from them other conversations.
Right, and we don't have them conversations because of racism. Point blank the fuck period. We don't have them conversations because of racism.
You don't think it's because of maybe our past history that they didn't have the knowledge?
How do we listen? We got the knowledge.
How they come up with credit?
Listen, black man. I'll tell you something,
That's my God.
Once you learn to blame the white man, you ain't gonna never have no problems.
Yeah.
Right. Once you blame the white, once you know, like, okay, this motherfucker right here, then now you can start to understand how to fix and internally heal. Right. So they use music, and we spoke about this, right? They use music as a way to break down our communities, right? The same way they use crack to break down dope, heroin, right? Now they're using music and prescription drugs and marijuana because they're putting synthetic versions of crack, dope, and prescription pills in the marijuana to create bipolarism, schizophrenia, autism, in the younger generation who smokes weed. And it's like, yeah, it's just weed, but it's not weed. It's literally fucking crack. You smoking woolies, right? It's a new version of the wooly. Yeah. I don't know if you know what the wooly is. I don't know who knows. You know if y'all know what the wooly is.
He said y'all smoking woolies out here.
No, but they are. And
hey yo, go ahead.
They are, and they don't understand that they don't understand that they're smoking the fucking woolly, right? Yeah. It's a refined, evolved, updated version. If you don't know what a woolly is, that's when you got little crack rocks on top of the weed and you smoking it. You know what I'm saying? So you said you smoking on a glass dick, you smoking on a paper dick.
On
PD
a leaf,
motherfuckers
with a leaf.
Leaf dick smokers.
Smoking ass.
You leaf dick sucking motherfucker.
So look,
yeah.
So getting the information to the young kids is kind of hard because they be wanting instant gratification.
Oh, man.
So it's like other than like them seeing like clips or you know what I mean, like how will we be able to get that like more into like the schools and stuff? Because that's where I think it need to start. It need to start with home.
No, it start at home, bro.
It do start, but then it's still like systematic forms that need to be taken out the curriculum now, and things that we have learned up to date stuff and put in the curriculum now. Like you know what I'm saying, for financial things,
like credit. That's why I'm saying. Like, what's up with this credit?
Like that should be
credit's so heavy right now. It should be in schools.
It should be in schools.
It should be in schools.
That should be taught in schools. The original black man, that should be taught in schools, like the real history, not that Christopher Columbus shit, the Santa Maria and all that, none of that. The real information need to be put in these schools around the world. So black kids can understand where they really come from. Or maybe
we need our own
or
schools.
what they really come from, because they don't be having the information.
So you said two things, right? That I want to touch on. That's important, right? One, you don't expect the follower to be a leader. You don't expect the student to be a teacher, right? You can't have expectation without proper preparation. So a lot of times we don't properly prepare the younger generation for adulthood, for manhood, for womanhood, right? To be leaders, right? We don't properly prepare them, but we have all these expectations. But it's little to no preparation. Yeah. So we have to start to prepare the younger generation with information through institutions that we create and we own. Okay. Right? So it's starting first. with the podcast. So you say, okay, we're gonna have these politically incorrect conversations. We're gonna be unapologetic about us loving our people and being confident and just being strong men. Then we're gonna grow the podcast from the ad revenue, right? So we have to understand how to develop ad revenue from these podcasts, how to really make maximum money off the podcast. So you have to have the business in order, and then figuring out Patreon and creating a paid subscriber network. So now there's a financial gain from the content we create, and then we can take a portion of those finances and pour into an institution, and then now you have the realer than most brownstone.
Yeah.
Right? You have the realer than most laundromat. You have the realer than most deli. Right? You have the realer than most boxing gym.
The marathon continues.
Right? Right? Yeah. So not saying the marathon continues, right? Like, because no, the marathon ends.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like
right. So what I'm saying is it shout out to Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, like how Nipsey did his thing.
Nah, because this is separate.
Yeah.
This is not gang culture, right? Like, I don't want to bring. I want to try to separate. I don't want to make it a gang thing. I want to make it a race thing, right? And at some point, the marathon is over, right? This is the crossing of the finish line. This is the utopia. Like, I don't want to. I'm not continuing no marathon. I'm tired of fucking running this race.
No, see, I was speaking on how he actually took.
Yeah, but
and did his own thing.
Yeah, but
with I don't know no rapper that did what Nipsey did.
Master P. Like, yeah, I mean, you got Master P.
Yeah,
right.
P actually came out the trunk though.
JT, yeah. I mean,
Master
he
P.
did. Mm-hmm. Master P. Right. So, what we have to understand is we have to be mindful of learning from the success, but also learning from the mistake. We got to be very careful with gang culture.
Yeah.
We have to be very careful with Bloods and Crips, and no disrespect, right?
No
to
disrespect.
anybody who's a part of any affiliation. But gangs are now legally held to the same accountability as terrorists. There's new laws. There's Terrorist Act executive orders that been passed.
Yeah. They Rico in their ass every day out here.
So you're going to be charged the same way a fucking Taliban bomber for a gang shooting, right? So we have to be mindful of just the legalities and how shit is evolving, right? But back with the youth, there can't be no expectation without preparation. We got to prepare the youth for the future in institutions that we own, and understand the mindset that goes into owning and creating an institution. You guys are on the right path, right? So it's start where you stand and then stand where you start, right? Like you're starting right. We're starting right here. We're gonna start where we stand and we're gonna stand where we start, and we're gonna allow repetition to empower us. We're gonna allow consistency to empower us. We're gonna allow our prayer through action empower us.
No,
you know
fact. No, that's a fact.
Hold on a second.
Nah,
yep.
He cooking, man. He cooking. Huh?
Yeah, you're gonna see the building. It's like a
Oh. Yeah, man, it's the Realer Than Most podcast. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, comment. If you don't,
use a motherfucking hater.
Wow.
Because it's free.
We got smart guy here, man.
Wait, hold on. We got to start charging, too.
Oh, go on.
Listen, and again, this is why, we got to have a business model, right?
Yeah.
So when podcasts like No Jumper, they pay guests, right, to come on the show, is because they have a monetization model that allows them to bring guests on that's going to drive the numbers up.
Yeah.
And you're driving the numbers up to appease and please your audience,
right,
who are paid subscribers, right? So you have to go to now. Netflix ain't free. Amazon is not free. So why the fuck is this free? Because you don't value the value that you give to the viewer. And you're not informing that viewer of the added value that they receive from watching episodes like this. See? So we have to have the confidence to put a price tag on the content we create. And we can't authentically put a price tag on the content we create if the content we create doesn't add value to the people who views the content that we create.
Right.
And then you have to have a conscious intention to develop something in Philly. You can build a masjid off the ad revenue with the Realer Than Most. So if you have the intention to build a masjid, man, that's what we should be trying to figure the fuck out, right? we gonna get some ad revenue. Hey, y'all we about to build a masjid in Philly, right? With this So fucking subscribe. It's $5, whatever the fuck. $5.90. Give me some price, man. $5.90. What's the price, man?
$5. You going straight to $5? You going straight to $5?
$5.99.
$5.99, man.
Trying to shelter tonight, man. Fuck, I watch you, man.
Yeah, man. Subscribe, man. Rather than most.
How much a Philly cheesesteak cost in Philly?
Oh, they like
$12.
$12.
Exactly. $5.99. Shit, you was going up. Shit, we can't.
$7.99.
I'm trying to tell you, why not? Yeah, go ahead, man.
The cheesesteak costs $13 in Philly now.
Right, hold on, and 2 more points I want to make sure I touch on before we. So we talked about escape velocity, right?
Yeah.
Also the negative speak fast, and understanding that the body takes about 3 minutes or more to produce chemicals associated with the thoughts that we think. So when you think something positive, right, and you're saying, I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. The reason why you got to say it over 100 times, because hopefully you get to 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Now your body starts to produce chemicals, right? Dopamines, endorphins, melatonin.
Dopamine.
Things that increase your feeling internally. And then that is enough to develop momentum to give you the courage and confidence to apply yourself. Right? Yeah. And then you get the blessings from applying yourself. But you have the chemicals that assist you in applying yourself. Right? Dang. It's a natural high that you create. Right? And you want to, know what you want, forget about what you don't want, and never talk about what you don't have. See? And then now life.
Say that again for the people, please.
Know what you want, forget about what you don't want, and never talk about what you don't have. Never talk about what you don't have. Right?
Yeah.
If you don't have it, you don't need it. Because everything that you need, Allah has already installed inside of you from birth. See? It's important, right? Next thing is, and it goes back to the other thing, right? Stop praying with just words. You pray with action.
Intentions.
Right? Okay. Intention. And you're moving towards making realer than most scalable, financial, a lucrative, platform and business that you're taking and developing institutions in Philly, because that's much needed. We have to develop a ummah. So many Muslims in Philly that don't have an Islamic lifestyle because of the drugs, because of the lack of finances, because of the beef, because of the killing, because of the murders. So we need more masjids in Philly. We need more Islam, right? Yeah. We need a ummah. We need the practice of it. Right? We need to make the Adhan running, like that's the marathon, right? The Adhan is just on 24/7 replay, right? To where now we got this block that we own in Philly because the ad revenue. So we bought up 10 little crack joints, right? And on this block in Philly. And on every corner there's a Bluetooth installed with chains around it, and it's just always playing the Quran. Yeah. So now, if you know anything about the Quran, I hope you do. Do you know? Do you know? I'm talking to you, Michael Vick. I'm talking to you. Do you know? We ain't just doing it for the camera. I mean, the camera's just capturing what we talk about naturally. So really, right?
Y'all.
Right? So now think about this for a second. We building blocks with the Quran. We building blocks with the sound of Quran. So now, if you understand, right? So now, give me a name of a block.
57th Street, 7th Street.
Okay. So what is it called?
Elmwood.
Elmwood. So now, if we got this strip on Elmwood,
his name in any part,
right? And we got 20 Bluetooth speakers on Elmwood, right? That 24 hours it just plays the Quran. There's a vibration of protection that we're building on that block, right? And then we get another block with the same thing, right? So where 24/7 is just the Quran playing. There's a barrier of protection that the sound of the Quran is creating. That the sound of surah, because the surah is for protection. Right? So 24/7, like a old Meek Mill mixtape, right? You're playing the Quran. And it's so now we're building like that. And then you're using your episodes and the money you're making from your episodes to build things in Philly. And you're using the deen to do that. And then the sound of the Quran will start to knock out the jinn that starts to take possession of our brothers, our good Muslim brothers in Philly, right? Makes it harder for the shaitan to whisper, makes it harder for the shaitan to whisper to that brother to kill his brother because he hearing the Quran. He mad as hell. He go to the block and he, Bismillah. He's like, what? Hold on.
This boy, yeah,
like,
boy.
You start thinking, you start feeling like, I'm gonna catch you next week, man. I'm gonna clip him that year. I'm gonna spin again. I'm gonna spin them all. Like you feel bad, like you ain't gonna just run in. You know what I mean?
I don't want to do that,
right? So it's gonna make you think. It's gonna make you know what I mean. Yeah. So we start to use this power in that, right? So you have an opportunity to take this podcast to a level that is gonna benefit you in the hereafter. Because your actions and the intention behind your actions are the lawyers for your soul in the law's court when you die. So every intentional deed becomes testimony for your soul when you die. So now you have a different focus, you have a different agenda behind what you're doing. This is the realer than most. That's why it's realer than most, because we taking this and we building something real in our community.
And it's for
real.
And
we using the power of Islam. We using the power of the Quran to change the minds and hearts of the people who live in our community. Yeah.
It's the realer than most podcast, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I know, man. I'm realer. Hey, I also want you to speak on. I was watching you on a live.
Hold on one second. Yo, hello.
I was watching him on a live, man, and he was speaking on bringing.
Hold on, my man. Hold on.
Go.
One second, my man. Hold on.
He was actually speaking on bringing poppy stores to the local communities and shit like that.
Poppy stores?
Like everybody from like different cities. You know what I'm saying?
There's
like
already too many of them in Philly.
But
we need the black ones.
That's what he was saying. We need our own grocery stores,
if we
giving
had,
our kids the right stuff to eat.
Can you imagine that though?
He was kicking it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, can you imagine
we had our own stores
look,
and we feeding our family the right things?
If you peep, like some of them poppy stores, they be having like the Spanish food and all that. They cook that shit. They ain't nothing but like what they cook in the back in the crib and all that shit. That shit is trifling, bro. Sometimes
yo, you gotta relax. You gotta relax. You're not gonna do my people like that. You're not gonna do that. No, papi, no. I still I fuck with Pops. No, you ain't gonna do that.
My son love poppies too. He be like, can you order me some chicken nuggets?
Yeah, he being bad,
yeah,
bro.
Can you order me some chicken nuggets?
In back of the joint, I cook and all that in the poppy store, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with
Pop. You
Pop.
ain't gonna do that.
My Pop cool as shit too.
You was about to go win. You ain't gonna do that.
I can't.
But he was saying like if we had our own chain. Can you imagine us having our own chain of supermarkets though? Like
it would be so dope to see black.
I mean, there is black-owned supermarket owners. Don't get it messed up.
But I'm saying like on every corner, it would be real.
It'd be hot, especially in our communities.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like you walk in the corner stores.
Most definitely.
I ain't going front. But guess what though? If it was like that though.
That's what they was trying to build back in the day. The nation. They was trying to build that back in the day. I think
because the hood would have to be secured though,
and
bro.
Disciplined.
Because I think we do more to our own people than we do to others.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? So can you imagine
a
black family-owned family with a store on the corner of the block and somebody do something to them, bro?
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
How I go in Philly, the black-owned family had a store on the corner. They son to be one of the top drug dealers, and next thing
you already know that's how it's going to go.
His head in front of that
look. Smart, you left out for a second,
right? Back of that joint, or in back of that joint, or something like that. Nobody got time to be playing around with these.
I was telling them about the chain of delis you were talking about. Yeah, y'all, this the Real the Most podcast. We got Smart Guy. He back in the building.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But no, I was telling them about the chain of what's the poppy stores? The bodegas you was talking about from Philly, New York, to Baltimore.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so we got So
see, I be on it.
Yeah, you gotta be. So what it is what it's called it's called it's the Deli Project. So we opening up delis, and we're gonna be opening up delis in. We good? Sounds all good. We gonna be opening up delis and corner stores all across the U.S. Right? So we opened up. We got 10 delis. We got 10 delis now in Harlem, and in my next project, I'm working with New Era, Drayton. I got some really good people in Ohio that's very serious about opening up 1,000 delis in Ohio. So that's a focus, and basically delis make between 300,000 and sometimes 500,000 a month. Okay,
bro, I be saying that. I said this
Poppy,
last week.
them little
No,
deli stores.
last week I said, Deli After Dark on Snyder. I said, yo, this drawing make $250,000. I bet any amount of money, bro.
Yeah, probably a month.
We in this shit every day, all day. This shit make $250,000.
But this is the breakdown of
dollar
it.
bills.
So now you got about 7 shifts. Think of it in this way, right? So you have early morning shift, you have morning shift, you have a lunch, you have afternoon, you have late, you got evening, right? You got late night, and then you got overnight. Those are the 7 shifts. Okay. Now the minimum transaction in the deli is between $5 and $12. Okay. So if you're doing, let's say we're gonna round it out about $7 per transaction, right? And these guys are doing between 200 and 300 transactions per shift. So let's just say on the low end, let's say 175 transactions per shift. 175 times 7 equals 1225 times 7. That's $8,500
I
per
never
day.
went in a pop.
Listen.
Less than that.
No. Just listen. Okay, it's $8,500 per day times 30. That's $257,000 a month. Okay, listen what I'm saying, because I want y'all to really, when y'all play it back, I want you to take this, and I need you to give me a boss man. I need you to give me a really good edited clip of this, because we're going to be using this for the deli project in Philly, okay, and in other states, okay, and then we're going to use it Realer Than Most.
Let's go
To issue in raising the money for opening up these delis, and we're going to try to get a micro masjid next to every deli or over every deli, okay? So you have early morning shift, you have morning shift, you have the lunch shift, you have the evening shift, you have wait, hold on a second. Morning, you got early morning, lunch, afternoon, evening, late night, and then overnight. Those are the 7 shifts. The average transaction is between $7 and $12, right? When somebody comes in, that's the average the person is spending, between $7 and $12.
Facts.
Okay. Now, now we're saying, okay, the amount of transactions they're doing is a minimum of between 200 and 300 transactions per shift. So I'm just going to give you the numbers of what 175 transactions look like. So 175 times 7 is 1225 times 7. That's the 7 shifts. That's $8,500 per day. Times 30. That's $257,000 being that's gross, right? Now, let's say the rent in a great location is $15,000 a month. Minus $15,000. We at $242,000. That's rent. Food, you spending $5,000 a month, right? We at $237,000. Paying your staff, let's say $30,000. This is a month, right? For staff, we still at $207,000. Okay. Talking about light and electricity, another $5,000. We had $202,000 a month. Right? So now you start now we're at $200,000 a month net profit, right? 202 times 12, you're looking at 2.4 million being generated off one deli per year. Not even with the maximum amount of transactions being covered. I just gave you the number on the minimum underperforming deli in a decent location. So when we start to understand the power of the deli, when you talk about getting inventory, there's companies that give delis up to 8 months to pay back. They get everything on consignment. Okay, Joe T. It's a popular company. They give you $2,000 and up to 60 days. They give you $2,000 credit towards inventory and up to 60 days to pay them back. So that's what the average deal looks like in terms of getting produce for the shelves. You know, in your store. So you got brothers that stand on corners all day and die on them same corners trying to get $1, lose their freedom on them corners trying to get $1 when they can be in business and own a business on that corner instead of just standing on the corner, right? So this is why it's important for us to have knowledge, to have knowledge, to have information, but do something with it, right? And then use these conversations and our content as a way to develop an interest, a curiosity about it, and then a sense of urgency.
Spark.
Push the needle.
Yeah, for sure.
Tupac said it. He said, what he said? He said, I might not be the one to.
Oh, yo, you want to tell him? Turn the heat off. Turn the heat off, bro. Yeah, it's getting hot.
He said, I'm gonna be the spark. I'm gonna be the spark to change the mind.
Yeah, I was the one Pop was talking about, by the way. Y'all seen that clip? I mean, hey,
you said you was on it.
He was talking about me. That's a fact.
He was talking about you.
He sparked the mind.
I'm gonna change this motherfucker.
I ain't gonna lie, Smart. You one of the guys that click in my mind when I see that interview. I be like, yo,
yeah, definitely.
Smart got one of them dudes he was talking about, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Fresh as too.
This is for the single parent mothers working 2 jobs, trying to fill the shoes of Pop, working too hard.
Right.
I think because I'm riding in this truck, I don't know pain. Your present is my past, little homie. We the same. Cause my mama got high too. Daddy said buy 2. No money for the fries at McDonald's. We skipped the drive-through, stealing burgers from C-Town. I couldn't buy food. When you this type of poor, you can't pick or choose. Devil Spring poured in the cup. I'm in a different groove. Daddy gone, mama getting high, plus I'm skipping school. God protects babies and dummies. I used to be the fool. 13, heart full of hatred. I probably make the news. Fake friends smiling your face, but they was hating too. Close the door, hope that I drown. I still made it through. Waited 10 plus years to get up in the spot I'm in. Still not the spot I want.
Right.
Touched a couple coins, but it's not enough. Hunger pains was real, but it got us up. Got caught on the wrong block, so the op shot him up. Devil used to kick my ass when I was young. But I said, hold on, devil used to kick my ass when I was young. But I'm old. I said I'm old enough to fight these demons. Swinging like Ali, I mean it. $1 billion dreams, I'm scheming. Daddy mad, mommy dropped semen. Fuck them both, they should have clipped his penis. Love from both parents, I never seen it. Mama in the back room getting high, beat me for no reason. Bro did 20, came home, he on his 10th year. Might be free, but feel like he's still in there. Feds paying better than welfare. CI's on salary. Block hot touching you, burn calories. Your vibe ain't matching your smile. I know anatomy. Hoes trying to pass the kitty. Can't scratch me. Old school with the money. I'm with a scratch beat. Car going drive itself. I'm in the back seat. Wartime. Please keep it quiet. Don't at me. Pull up. Put out on your block. Now subtract me. Yeah. Pennies ain't adding up. Dollars won't double. Feds throwing cameras on the drone to watch you hustle. Hoes might fucking suck, but they don't really love you. Your family don't support shit. They just want to judge you. First you get respect, then the money, in that order. Because if you don't, when your money low, soldiers won't follow orders. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Dang.
That money low, them soldiers won't follow orders, man. It's the Real of the Most podcast, man.
Nothing.
I'm Real.
Yo, what Av said? You talking to a deaf man.
40 in my left hand.
What he say? Give a nigga a big shot. Look for the next man.
Was that song he did? I gotta put the whole on Play his Av. Damn.
Free the men.
Yeah, man.
Free the men.
Oh, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. What's that joint called? Hold on, man. Damn.
I think that was was that Ron Harvey? Him and man.
You got a couple fast tracks? We got a good 10 minutes for fast tracks. 15 minutes fast tracks.
You got fast track. Hold on. See, I put you.
I ain't really thinking no fast tracks. We don't never really get them off with him. I
don't even think he on the fast track.
Yeah, I ain't even thinking nothing.
Cause he was in order last time. He was like,
I don't think we did them last time. That's why I ain't thinking nothing.
Yeah. You could definitely shoot off the hood. We in Harlem right now.
Free the men. Shout out to the ad. Shout out to OBH. Shout out to Leak Moss. They my guys.
K word on here.
Oh, word. Damn, my baby, take it back.
That's what I do know.
Yeah, right. Damn, that's you know what I mean? Yeah, my baby, yeah. Sorry, brother. We just.
I know they hate that word.
Yeah, hold on. Other joint. Hold on. Other joint. Hold on. Ooh,
Yeah,
the
man.
mud joint. Hold on. Y'all know about the mud joint. Damn. Hold on, man. If I work out, it's my pre-workout music right here. Hold on.
Add that guy, man. He bring that energy.
He was like, my mom said you gotta work. We said work here. Work where?
You gonna put work there. What do you mean?
You mean work where?
Yeah,
I felt that.
So crazy, man.
I felt they said mom said get a job. Work where? I'm gonna put work there. You know what I'm saying? I had a song, you know what I mean? I had a song like that, you know what I'm saying? That inspired the hook. I was like, too many miles to feed, I don't need to fail. Fuck a job, I just need a scale. The way to work, that's the way to work. When the bills are due, you can't wait for work.
Yeah.
I mean, manage the pain, but I hate the hurt. So I was like, damn. I mean, that's that hustler talk. Work weird.
Yeah.
My first job, my only job, I had one job, was working at KFC. Right? Working at KFC, right? Right before I called my bid. I think I was like 14, some shit like that. I'm working at KFC. All I wanted was a Utah Jazz jersey, these Pele jeans, and these white and blue lavender Uptowns. I'm working harder than motherfucking KFC. They ain't even give me the slippers. I'm supposed to get the proper shoes. I'm slipping in the back.
All over the
I'm
back.
ice skating all that. You know what I mean? Trying to catch the wings and all. You know what I mean? I get the first paycheck, $41.47.
Oh man, I would have threw my whole you.
They're like, next week we gonna give you the rest of the check. What? Now we took what?
Yeah.
I said I ripped the check up, took like $100 out the register, took like 10 buckets of chicken wings. I quit that joint like fuck out, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Work where? That's why I felt that shit gave me a flashback. I had to hit my work where? I'm gonna put work there. All the fees, and the funny shit was, all the fees, I knew all the fees, they would come in every day to get one wing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all the fees, like, yeah, and then the dude that put me on, shout out to my man Daryl, you know what I'm saying? He came in with the day I got the check, he came in with the Uptowns that I wanted.
Yeah.
I was he wearing the sneakers I wanted to buy. Sick, you know, great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Right.
So I want the Karl Malone jersey. He got the Jeff Hornacek jersey on.
Oh.
I wanted Karl Malone. He got the Jeff Hornacek jersey on with the lavender.
Got you hot.
Yeah,
He
with
was
nice little bitch with him. Nice little baddie with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the paycheck, looking at him like, nah, gang, it's over, man.
Out of here.
Work where? Work there.
Freedom then.
Yeah, man. Free the guys, man.
Man.
Oh, yeah, what's my my boy? Hold on. Yeah, that's a fact. What my boy?
Oh man.
Work
man. Where?
Work where, man? I can't.
Ab got them quotables. I ain't gonna lie, like
man.
Ab, but I Wink like that for me. Like Wink be on that type of time. Like
That's a mess, Wink.
Yeah,
Shout out to Wink.
Wink make that shit visible.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Wink like that.
Yeah, like that.
He
shit.
said they kicked in my mom's door. I still ain't paid for it. They said some shit. I said, damn, wait.
Yeah, because you can't.
For it till the trial was over. Some shit
if you
like
ain't really
that.
hustling, if you wasn't really, you know what I'm saying, no disrespect to nobody, you know what I'm saying, but if you wasn't really like outside, certain lyrics ain't gonna hit you.
They ain't gonna, you ain't gonna feel them.
Because a lot of people don't know, like, like that's why he said work weird.
I don't get it.
Oh, that shit just because this is, you don't understand. You work weird. You doing all these hours for nothing.
You ain't getting get that in the same day.
One track.
Yeah. One day.
So that's why we gotta understand how to take that, how to find those other opportunities that pay the way that limited opportunity pays. Because hustling is a limited opportunity, but we gotta have there's other opportunities that are not limited that we can apply that hustle mindset. Yeah. This content is one of them.
No effects. That's why we be. That's how we be on.
That's why we fell in love with it.
Work right here. Podcast. Really
podcast, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's that home? Yeah.
I ain't gonna front. That's how we. That's like so. Like we look at it like that. Like all right, this the bird. We gonna break it down episodes. Like you know what I mean. We gonna put it out.
Each episode is a gram.
We gonna put them on a block. Put them on a block.
Each episode is a gram.
It's a dub.
And the clips is the nickels and dimes. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? Like if back in the day you hustling, we was making 120 off a gram. I'm saying I make 120, make 120 for gram. I'm saying Delaware. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm saying so. So the episode is the gram. How we making 120 for gram is because the work's so good. I don't need to scale them away with my hand. You heard? I'm gonna put it in a glad bag and I'm gonna give you illusion. So I'm gonna put it in a joint. I'm gonna put it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna take a little piece. I'm gonna put it in a glad bag.
Twist it.
I'm gonna burn the tip. Make it a little more fatty. Let a little air in there. You know what I'm saying? But the work is so good and they're not used to that type of work. So I'm saying they're gonna pay that price. So I'm probably that shit was, I don't know what it weighed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just know what it looked like and what it's gonna feel like when they smoke it. You heard? So the episode is a gram, and then the clips from the episode, the highlight clips from that episode is that piece.
Oh yeah.
And then that's how but you got to make sure the quality of the work, what they smoking, is the value that they're receiving.
Facts.
So they getting high off the value that you give them.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And then that's how you justify your prices. But another thing I want to talk about too is,
damn, so a whole season, that's a bird.
Trying to tell you, man.
That's my guy.
Trying to tell you, man. Huh? You want to be the king? Huh? You want to be the
This is my guy.
You want to be the king?
He broke it down.
Work way.
He said, I'm gonna give y'all an illusion. I'm about to put the piece. Here you go. Now go check the whole interview out.
That's it, right? So now, see, the conscious mind brings ideas to the subconscious mind. Once the subconscious mind is convinced, then your neuromelanin in your brain becomes activated, and then now you have access to the God within you and the powers that Allah has given us and created. Now we can perform fucking shit that seems like miracles just off of positive repetitive thought. So this is why intention is important. Our conscious mind is what delivers the message to our subconscious mind. Once our subconscious mind accepts it and believes it to be true, it's a wrap. It's nothing that can stop it from manifesting, because our brains produce neuromelanin. That's the science of neuroscience.
Right.
Know what I mean? So that's important. That's why music is so dangerous, because you reciting lyrics consciously that's talking to your subconscious mind. So you just perpetuating limited, death, all types of shit in your life. So when we start to talk to ourselves differently consciously, and then our subconscious mind catches it, it's a wrap. Ain't no stopping it.
Right.
Feel me? That's important.
Now,
you know what I'm saying? And then hold on, I got you. Let me just finish the last point. You know what I'm saying?
No, you cooking though.
Jesus was just someone who learned to operate like God, and so can we with the power within us. But we have to learn how to use it, right? We have to learn how to use it. So when we talk about Jesus, we talk about Muhammad. These are just people that they're masters,
prophets.
They're masters. They're masters of the subconscious mind. They're masters of themselves. They're masters of the tools that Allah has given them. So the same way they develop self-mastery, we can develop self-mastery as well. Right? And perform things that we never thought possible due to applying ourselves once we master ourselves. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, brother.
I was going to touch on what you was speaking on right there. I kind of lost my thought though.
We ain't lose it, man. It's right, just coming right back to you, man.
It is.
Come right back
It just be like your analogy of how you break things down sometimes. It's kind of easy to like understand it. You know what I mean? So.
Because he can't give it to you step by step, so he don't just give it to you in the first part and at the last. He give it to you from
the whole breakdown of it,
and why, and it's like why, all right, this why, this how, this why, like, you know
see, it's important. See, it's important for us to that, you know. It's another thing too, right? Understanding that goals and deadlines is important, right? So positive thinking is what unlocks our power, right? So now once we start to unlock our power and we start to apply it, we have to create goals and deadlines based upon what we are applying our power to. What are we putting our energy into? Now we got goals and deadlines, right? That's what the white man did, right? So the white man had goals and deadlines, and he's not even superior. He's actually inferior. But the power of the mind is so powerful, even the white man applying his inferior brain to the planet creates dominance because there's no competing brain, which should be ours, which is the superior brain, to create our own dominance and dominion over this fucking planet. He had goals and deadlines. So white man said Monday, and the black man said someday.
This boy.
White man said this gonna happen Monday, motherfucker. Get the niggas now. Kill the niggas now. On Monday. Black man said we gonna be free someday.
You gonna make me stop doing that?
We gonna be free someday. Someday, master gonna let us go. Someday. White man said Monday we going in there. Monday. Hey boy. Monday we're going into Africa. Monday we going into Africa. We gonna get us some niggas. We gonna get us some niggas Monday.
They go Monday.
And white man talk black, and then here we in the hood talking about someday. Well, Jesus, someday. We talking about white man got Monday, we got someday, and guess what? Someday ain't never motherfucking come. So we have to have goals and deadlines and be firm and stern with reaching those goals and deadlines. Yeah, for sure. And remember, Allah answers every prayer. But prayer is action. Yeah. Prayer is action. And the answer to the prayer is the results you receive based upon the actions you take. And Allah will answer every prayer as long as your action and your intention are correct and right and solid.
And working towards it.
Yeah. Yeah, Jan. Fast track. Let's get to it.
Fast track.
What the fuck is fast track? Fast track.
All right.
The track is fast.
It's
We talking about like him in the home track. We talking about fast track.
It's a little game. It's a little game we play. You just pick one or the other.
We gonna stick with hip hop.
We ain't gonna go too crazy.
We ain't do nothing wrong.
We in Harlem, so we gonna do it like this. Big L or Cam?
We can't see. We
in Harlem.
Big
L or Cam?
You gotta ask a Harlem question. Harlem shit together, man. They both. You know what I'm saying? We can't divide nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's Big L and Cam.
This
L Cam L. You know what I'm saying? Big Ron, Big L, Big Ron. Ain't no set. We don't. Now we sit together. Harlem ain't no divide and conquer. Now. It's both of them. Yeah. Next question. Cam and L.
Man.
I'm saying?
All right, let's do this.
Shout out to the danger zone. You know. Shout out to children of the corn. Shout out to children of the corn.
Let's do.
Yeah, I mean fast track.
Let's do.
I answer how I answer. That's all.
Let's do Mob Deep CNN.
Are we going? Now we going Mob Deep. We going Mob Deep. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go Mob. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Gotta go Mob Deep. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
See, if he was Puerto Rican, he would have won CNN. You know what I'm saying?
No.
If you know, you know.
No,
if you
them
know, you
saying
know.
this was some shit. Yeah.
You think Nori fucking with Prodigy?
No.
I'm just saying.
Nah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
saying.
saying
On the streets, it's a little different with Nori.
We ain't talking about no street shit. We talking. I'm talking about lyrics. I'm talking about just.
Yeah, you right. You right.
Like them.
I'm just talking about them period. How they was moving back then. Man.
Hold on. You talking about fat track. Let me play something for you, quick, man. Hold on. You tripping out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, they say you growing. Man, hold on, Jam. Get you right, man.
You on the run eating, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Hold on. Hold on. You tripping, man. You got to add.
Come on, we ain't gonna play, man.
And we ain't play. Hold on, I got you real quick. Hold on, okay.
I got one for you.
Chill. Hold on. Oh, it's the ads and all that. Know what I mean? Listen, we gotta go with the mob, man.
What you playing?
Y'all niggas killers now.
Yeah, killers now. The word.
That's that shit.
The word.
Coming out your fucking crib.
What?
They went.
Shit! I'm saying I gotta go private, but yeah, I'm going Mob Deep.
P was one of the. I was watching a documentary about P the other night. He was one of. He really was one of them, bro.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really know how nice Prodigy really was.
P was nice, bro.
That boy. Yeah. What's the next question? We fast tracking, track fast. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Lil Kim, Foxy Brown.
Right. What'd you say?
Lil Kim, Foxy Brown.
Foxy. I gotta go Foxy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Foxy was nice. You know what I'm saying? Lil Kim is it.
I like Foxy,
you know what I'm saying?
too.
Foxy. Ooh, shit, ain't nobody. Damn. You know what I'm saying? You know that chocolate hit different. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect. You know what I'm saying? But damn, Foxy was Foxy, man.
No, for
damn,
sure.
Man. Hold on. Hey, ooh, little Inga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fuck with Foxy, man. Real ones know. You know what I'm saying?
G-Unit or Dipset?
Damn.
Come on, man. You know what I mean?
It ain't easy.
It
ain't easy.
That's good.
It ain't easy. It ain't easy.
What you mean? It's Dipset, man.
Yeah.
All right.
First of all, listen.
I thought he was gonna pick G-Unit. Look.
Don't get it fucked up. Dipset got a better catalog than G-Unit. Okay? First of all,
think so?
Who
tell
album was
people
better?
that.
Who album was better? Who
I tell people
Jewels or Banks? No disrespect. Banks' album was platinum. That shit was trash. His album was
I don't know, bro. You talking about two people
you know how
right?
crazy
Those
was?
two people right there.
Play, listen, check
I don't
it
even
out.
play with them two.
Go play. Can't feel my face.
Yeah,
Like boy, nah. Banks is crazy, but
bro, we had this conversation.
Who got more legendary freestyles? Jewel's got more legendary freestyles than Banks.
Of course.
You gotta go. I'm a hip hop head. I'm a student to the game.
Me too.
Jewel's, like
with the game been missing. That's when he was in his best.
He never even had the proper, like, if you give Jewel Santana the same production that Banks had on his first album, boy, like if you give
boy.
Lloyd Banks is lazy. Lloyd Banks is lazy.
Yeah.
Jewel Santana installed a work ethic in Jewel's. So if Jewel's would have came after Get Rich or Die Trying with an album, that shit probably would have sold more than 50. If he had the same support, like if you take out Lloyd Banks and insert Jewel Santana into that same opportunity, that 50 set, oh my, what? With him rap? Nah, boy, like, L's had it. I'm saying, but I'm definitely picking Dipset over. First of all, come on, stop it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm just saying, no disrespect to Yayo. Tonya, you know what I mean? But that album wasn't all
Young
that.
Buck, Lloyd
I'm
Banks,
just saying. Now, Lloyd Buck,
Cent.
see, only one really 50 had to.
Yeah.
We can't 50 shit was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? That first, we can't front on that.
His first shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if we talking about like Dipset, just to mix, like they had better mixtapes than G Unit. A lot of people always talk about G Unit on the mixtape scene. Okay, who had better mixtapes? G
Unit made the mixtape scene though.
Dipset
mixtapes was way better though. That shit with Cam and boy, like they had some legendary mixtapes. J.R. Ryder, like we gon' like
shout out to them guys,
Hell
man.
Rail, 40 Cal, like
all right, how about
the
this
camp
one?
is crazy.
You talking?
Rough Riders or Rockefeller?
Crazy. We going Rough Riders, man. And I know D. Hold on, let me see my man pick up, man. Talking about, man. Talking about Rough Riders, man. It's a fact.
Wait, no, he lost me on this one. Not Rough Riders over the Rock.
I'm gonna tell you what. Hold on. But see, hold on. See, I mean, we ain't talk. See, it depends on it depends on how you saying it.
I'm just thinking of they list, man. They listed they hitters, man.
What
We got some hitters.
I'm always going with Matt.
Who got? But like.
It's that Beans and that Hove on the same team. It's
None-
crazy.
none of
That's
the-
like an
none of the niggas on
all-star
Rough
team.
Riders rap better than Matt.
Hold on. What you said? Yo, sound like him.
Tell him to do the Real
What's
and
good?
Most
Hold on.
podcast.
I'm on a Real and Most podcast. Put some respect on my man. Hold on. I'll put respect on your name. Hold on. Ask the question again. Who you said? They asking questions. Hold on. I gotta put you on spot. Hold on.
I said,
Hold on.
I said,
hold on. Yeah, who said?
Who's misrepresenting?
Yeah, they bugging it. You know I got you. Listen, so hold on. They said, cause they got this thing on this podcast talking about fast track, right? So they talking about he asking me who I'm picking, right? Rockefeller or Rough Rider. I said Rough Rider. It's a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, but hold on.
Yeah, niggas, the Rough Riders on speed dial, nigga. We
Hold on. But hold on, I'm gonna say why. Hold on, yo, I want you to hear this. I'm gonna say why, right? And then I want you to tell me why you would say Rough Rider over Rockefeller. Let me tell you why I say that, right? Bro, you gotta think the founders, they all Muslim. They all Muslim. You know that? But do research.
They father Muslim, they whole family Muslim.
Family Muslim.
They whole family.
They did it with their whole family.
No, they did.
Even to this day, everything with them is family.
They did.
They whole families is family. So you gotta think what they stood for. We seen Jay do some weird shit. We seen all these you never seen none of them in no funny dresses, no funny shit. They kept it hood from start to finish. So that's why I'm picking Rough Rider, because who they stand for. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, what's your take on that,
You said it, man. Ain't nothing else to say, man. You stamped that shit.
Oh man,
What label you know that license they brand to the hood to make money with them when they in the prime of their real estate. So we license our brand to every hood. across the country so we can, spread love with everybody. So when we was eating at the highest level, everybody was eating, and plus we build a family and a community in every city near you. And to this day, it still lives. So, it's
can't forget they built a
God
community in every city.
No, for sure.
Yes, sound like him. Thank you. Thank you for putting the fucking record straight. You know what I'm saying? Sound like him. Yeah,
I
man.
can't forget the motorcycle.
Yeah, this how you. See, I call the founder.
That's cool.
I'm just saying. Hold on. This why you getting this hot. This why it's realer than most. I ain't know. I don't do fast track. You know what I'm saying? You just. I ain't know he was gonna ask that. Put you on a man. Put you on a line. Yo, look at that. How many rings he took to pick up? Huh? I'm stuck, man. How many rings?
It's the realer than most podcast, man.
So we talking about brothers who made over $100 million.
No, for sure.
Right, and to this day, the R is still strong.
No, for sure.
The R is still strong. We talking about bike chapters and all that. I don't think you understand, right? Like,
no, I understand.
They got thousands, hundreds of thousands of members.
No,
Rockefeller is over.
They just did a play with KP.
Yeah, like Rockefeller's over. Like, he get on the phone right now. Like, listen, no, like, bro, I get on the phone right now. Yo, listen, man, son ain't right. You gonna go outside? You gonna hit mad bite? You gonna hit like what's going? Oh, hold on, y'all buck. What's going on? Chill. Like the movement is different because it's rooted in Islam. Know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna never be another Rough Rider. Know what I'm saying? Unless I put together something. Know what I'm saying? Because we want to create something that's community based. They built shit in the community, and like he said, he licensed when they was popping. They licensed they shit out to let motherfuckers in the hood eat off that. Jay wasn't doing that.
No, for
Jay
sure.
was taking all the money for himself. Fuck out of here. And everybody from that, and everybody that came under Jay is gone. Yeah. Goodbye. Fuck, that niggas tripping, man. Saying? Got it, know what I'm saying? You feel me? It hit different. I'm just saying it. Know what I mean? It hit different. You know what I'm saying? I got a relationship with them, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, this the real the most podcast, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? That's how you
I like they like.
Listen, he called the co-founder of Rough Riders, man.
Yeah.
No question.
On the line.
Yeah, immediately.
Because of our fast track between Rough Riders and Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Now, do we need to get Beans on the phone?
I don't feel like
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I'm playing with y'all. Come on, man. It's the Real of the Most podcast.
It's a fact.
Make sure y'all share, like, subscribe, comment.
If you don't, use your mouth and hater.
It's a fact.
Listen.
Yeah.
Smart guy. Pay attention, man. Even after you see this video, go click on any other videos, and you need to make sure that
y'all
this instills inside of you.
Fact.
You feel me?
Right.
Like this knowledge, this information.
So and then, see, it's another thing too, right? Like, we talk about like just understanding opportunity, right? Prayers didn't enslave us. The hands of the white man did. So it's very important for us to. This is why another thing too. I just love the formula for Rough Rider, right? Like they built something that's still standing to this day, and brothers coming together and owning businesses, owning bike clubs and owning barbershops. Like so much people that don't really know about the R and the movement and what they stood for, even what they stand for today with the rescue movement and everything, right? These are solid brothers, right? So it's important for us to understand that, and for us to start duplicating brands and platforms just as strong as that, if not stronger, right? Also, I want to go back to what we were talking about before Fast Track, where understanding prayer and understanding that prayer is the actions you take, not just words. It's the actions you take. And the intention behind the actions you take, which is the prayer, will give Allah the incentive to answer that prayer based upon your intentions, not just your actions.
Right.
Okay? So, and then now we start to claim the miracles or blessings that we want in our life with the proper prayer, with the proper intention. That's the formula for success. So this is why it's important for us to build community, to develop, and we have to do it now. And we have to start living by a choice and not by chance, right? Intentional living, right? We have to stop living by chance and start living by choice. We choose the life that we're going to live based upon the thoughts that we're thinking and the intentions behind the thoughts that we're thinking. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that right there, if you don't understand that
sums it up.
It's so simple, like, and it makes sense, because after you do that, after you pray, after you make the right intentions, after you move in the right in the right path,
You feel the most clear.
it feel good.
Feel the most clear.
It feel clear. It feel like you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's why the intention is so important.
but guess what? It took a long time for me to understand that. And
No,
I'm glad we
hell
able
yeah.
to speak on it, and I'm glad he able to have a vision on what need to be taught. You know what I'm saying? Because these things right here, I couldn't put this into words.
Yeah.
Like what he's saying out to us, the path of putting it together,
Right.
the way it goes together, I couldn't put that into words. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing I want to touch on too, it's important for us, like we say, to stop living by chance and start living by choice, right? And understanding that other races are in control of their government because they live by choice, right? And we're not seeking we're not seeking or trying to create a government within the government, but we have to create our own government and start building a house of our own and stop trying to build our house in the next man's backyard, because the only house that you can build in somebody else's backyard is a dog house or a tree house. And we're not animals, and we're not babies, right? So we don't give a fuck about the tree house, and we're never living in the dog house. Okay? And you're gonna outgrow the fucking treehouse, and you should never be in a doghouse, right? So the only way to have your own house is to build your own house. And so it's important for us to understand that. And other races are preparing to erase us, right? You know, with England, France, Italy, Belgium, Spain, they're concentrating on robbing every inch of African territory right now. They're doing this right now. So while we're thinking it's all good and all that other shit, they're taking our home, which is Africa, from us. So we thinking America is the home when America is just a hotel, and we on a fucking short stay trip, and these motherfuckers is in Africa right now, taking that power structure, that power base away from us.
Where everything is, all the material.
Right? And so we have to understand that, right? And our days in civilization are numbered. If we don't have a sense of urgency now, we'll be fucking extinct. Right?
Yeah.
We got to have a sense of urgency. We have to start having these conversations and creating these groups and these chapters and these fraternities that protect us, right? That protect our race. This is about race. This ain't about nothing else. Okay, so that's important, right? And understanding that men do not build for others. We build for ourselves, right? We're building for ourselves. So that's important to understand. And we fight for everybody but ourselves, right? Every other race that has their power came from us fighting for them to acquire that power or get that power. We've done it for everybody else. That's why they use us, because no one is as strong as us, right? So we have to understand how strong we are and start internalizing and applying that strength to developing our communities, our governments, our branches, right? And I got 2 more points, right? Because I know we're about to go, but I want to touch on this, right? So 90% of our leaders are traders, right? You know, and because money is better than the conditions of our people, right? So our leaders are paid to teach us how to be compliant and obey, our so-called leaders, right? We should be disgusted and dissatisfied, and should have real goals and deadlines for our empowerment and the balls to fight for it. Right, so we have to create our own military, police, schools, hospitals, farms, enlightenment centers, import-export businesses, and confidence, conviction, and action will cause us to be free. Also, determination. This is important. So when we talk about everybody fearing the white man, well, white supremacy has a power structure. We talk about FBI, CIA, Army, police, private security, police, and assets. Assets are their assassins, right? So FBI is focused on protection. CIA is focused on collecting information. The Army is focused on training, preparation, and protection. The police is ground level enforcers. Those like the bouncers, right? Assets are the assassins. So assassins are the ones that protect their agenda. So you see Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they have their own assassins to stop, you know, anything from conflicting with their agenda. So in order for us to have power, we have to have institutions that mirror these same institutions. This is how the white man protects his supremacy, right? So we can't compete or protect our supremacy if we don't have institutions that are loyal to our supremacy. And those institutions have to be on the land that is ours, i.e. Africa. Right. We're the only group of oppressed people still living in the land of our Holocaust, expecting the people that put us in the Holocaust to free us, right? Where the so-called Jews had to leave Germany. This is our fucking Germany. And this whole white supremacist system is our Hitler. Okay? So when we understand that, now we start to build and develop and go to Africa and abandon this fucking plantation of America. And if they fix it for our benefit, cool. If not, cool. Fuck you. We leaving either way. Okay? And so that's important to understand. Hold on, I'm coming right back. That's important. That's important for us to understand, right? So this is why I came up with a 12-month plan for us, right? One is the negative speak fast. Second thing is Black Portfolio Month, where we talk about developing the Black delis and stuff like that, right? Next thing is Black Contribution Month. Right. We have to start contributing to our community, ourselves, right? We have to contribute, right? Also, Holistic Health Month. Right. We got to take care of our health, right? We need our men to be better, physically and be more aware of taking care of our health. Mm-mm. It's not just cool to be out here smoking, drinking, and drugging. All right. So Holistic Health Month, Barter System Month. You got fucking ketchup. He got hot sauce. I got sugar. We're going to be working together, man. Okay. So Barter System Month.
My God, man.
Next thing is Separation Month, right? Well, we gotta start separating. It's the whole month where we don't talk to nobody that don't look like us. Not high-fiving. We fuck you motherfuckers for 30 days. Separation Month. Next thing is Trip to Africa Month. We got to start visiting Africa. A trip to Africa is like going to Vegas if you're in Philly. Yeah. A trip to Africa is like going to Texas if you're in Philly. Okay? Meditation Month, right? We talked about, we're all doing time and bolos off in the cave, and right, and how to get these fucking jinn and the shaitan whisper out your fucking head. Meditation Month is important. Book Month is important too. Start reading books that actually benefit us and help us succeed, right? Books on neuroscience, books on psychology, physiology, books on meditation, finance, all the job opportunities that's available to us. So Book Month is important. Next thing is Self-Defense Month. Understanding a month dedicated to boxing, marksmanship, jiu-jitsu, martial arts, right? A month where we're focused on defending ourselves. We know how to defend ourselves. We can't just let a traffic stop be an opportunity for us to be fucking deleted. Yeah. Because we don't bulletproof our car windows. Because we don't know how to disarm a police officer who decides not to honor his oath as a police officer. So self-defense month is important. And understanding the same way you learn how to drive a car, we need to learn how to get away from a police officer that's trying to take our life on a traffic stop illegally. We have a right to bear arms. We have a right to defend ourselves. Yeah. Okay? So but we have to be taught and trained on how to bear arms, on how to defend ourselves against, threats, foreign and domestic. Okay? And this is how the white man thinks. This is why you ain't running up on no fucking white man that's fully in tune. Okay? Self-defense month, homeless month. Taking care of our homeless, because giving never diminishes. Giving never diminishes, it always increases. Okay? So when you take care of the homeless, and you take care of that, that's what Ramadan was supposed to be about. Ramadan is not the month of fucking eating. It's the month of understanding people who are not eating, right? And how they feel. And then when you get out of Ramadan and you see someone who's less fortunate, you remember how you felt, because every Ramadan there's like these couple days where you just feel like, hey man, you ever fasted on Ramadan? Huh? I'm asking you. I don't fucking know. I'm asking you.
Your ass, so.
You ever fasted on Ramadan? So there's some days, if you ever fasted a whole Ramadan, there's some days you go through and you, am I lying? There's some days you be like, damn.
Ready to eat.
That's Allah giving you the taqwa. That's the ayat. That's the sign for you to know what someone who's going through that every single day for the rest of their life. And it should give you empathy. So when you see them, you give sadaqah, you give dawah, you want to help. It's in remembrance, right? So homeless month is important, right? To give and have that intention to give, right? And then when you have the intention to give, your giving will be blessed and rewarded with that intention, right? Yeah. And then last thing is natural hair month. We got to start celebrating how the fuck we look.
You said natural hair month?
Yeah. No, natural hair month.
All these guys out here with their weed.
Listen. See, but see, no. We've been taught that how the texture of our hair looks is displeasing. Natural Hair Month shouldn't be a problem when you understand that your hair is alive and that these other coaches have dead hair. That's why it's straight. Your hair is alive. So we have to start understanding and educating. So Natural Hair Month is not just take your wig off. No, it's how do you style your hair? How do you moisturize your hair? What vitamins and nutrients do you need to put in your hair? Right? And then if you do want to put a wig on, well, put an afro on. Put some locks on. Put a wig on. Make enhancements that it looks like you. So if you don't have that much hair because you've been wearing hair or a hairstyle that's not yours, so your hair's been pulled out and all that glue and all the lace and all that other shit, right? Cool, wear a wig, but make sure the wig looks like the hair you was born with, not the hair that you've been taught that you've been taught to wish you were born with.
Right.
You're going right to the Dominicans.
Okay. All right. Right? So that's Natural Hair Month. And then the last thing is financial goals, right? Financial goals. Every black man's financial goal for his family needs to be this: living expenses times 4 times 12 times 100. That's one generation of wealth. Your living expenses times 4 times 12 times 100. Okay? And that is the financial freedom that you need to acquire and have your family be beneficiaries of. Yeah.
That's the smart guy for you, man. It's the Rilla the Most podcast. I'm Rilla.
I'm White Boy D2A.
And listen,
we got the smart guy in the building, y'all. Y'all heard it from him. Y'all heard it.
Stay tuned because
that shit with the Ruff, that's a Bible joint right there.
He down there part of Rilla the Most right now.
God, man, Rilla the Most, man.
Hey, smart guy, man.
We out of here, y'all.
Any way you want to tell the people to get with you in Philly?
Yeah, hold on.
We gotta bring you to Philly soon, man.
Yeah, we definitely gotta bring him.
You can see the Muslims.
This how he exited his interview, y'all. We out, man.
Free the men. Free the guys, man.
Free all.
man. Spot.